Well, hello there. I'm Mrs. Valerie Keep, and I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. And I wanted to tell you about my Christmas, some of the things that I got. And my son, James, he lives out in Hollywood, California. He's a big filmmaker out there. He sent me some things. One of the things that he sent me was this cookbook. It's a vegetarian cookbook, and I was looking through it. There's some very pretty pictures, and I guess it means you don't eat meat. You only eat chicken and fish, things like that. So that was very nice. And then he I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. He sent me a feather. And then he's a really good writer. I don't know what he's talking about half the time. Anyway, he wrote a lot of things saying that I'm the elder in our family, and he wanted to share some wisdom with me about this solstice, which is what he calls Christmas. That's what they call Christmas out in California. And he wrote a long letter, and he was saying that life is like a wheel, and the solstice is like one of the places on that wheel, and everything travels in a circle. And he says that what you put out into the world is what comes back to you. And he writes in here that life is like a yin and a yang, which I think is one of those Buddha things that they have out there in California. And there's right and wrong, and the brain does things, I don't know, it was very confusing. It's a lot to put in a Christmas card. But then he goes on to say that if you can imagine something, you can make it happen. And I don't know about that. We have people like that around here, and they put them on medications. So anyway, I didn't really know what to make of all of this. He was in all those AA 12-step things because he had a little problem, and he's telling me that there's a higher power which controls everything, and it only appears that we have control, and if we let go of that delusion, the higher power will guide us. And I don't know why he doesn't just call that God, but that's what they do. Anyway, I wrote him back, and I said, honey, life is a diagnosis. And sometimes you just have to sit down and you have to pray to God and say, look, God, I'm using this body right now. And if you don't mind, I'd like to use it for a little bit longer. And time is ticking by. And, you know, we wish for this and we wish for that. And we just keep doing that until we give up. Oh, listen to me. Forgive me. I'm just trying to get attention. So anyway, I have a daughter, Cassie, and she's in a rehab center in Ohio. And she made me something, and she sent it to me. And it's a little clothes hanger thing made out of a little skirt. And you put your clothespins in it, see? And she even sent me some clothespins. She made this herself. Isn't that nice? And she also sent me a bag of safety pins. And oh, and my son, did I tell you about the picture he sent me of the earth? My son sent me a picture of the earth. And it has stuff on the back here about peace and love and that other thing. Anyway, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you next year. Bye. I wanted to spend Christmas with my children, but we tried that once.